Good afternoon, everyone. Let me welcome you to our open day at the Czech University of Life Sciences Prague. Today I have a great company with me. I have faculty members and also international students from our university. So let's get to it. First, we will start with a brief presentation of what we have to offer, what are the study programs that you could choose and study in English. And then we will move to more of like a discussion panel with the international students. Definitely during the whole presentation, you can be asking any questions that you might have to the chat under the video. And after the presentation, we will get to your questions and we can talk about what's on your mind and explain some things further. So don't be afraid to ask. And we will start with our biggest faculty, Faculty of Economics and Management. The people that you see here are people from the International Relations Office, people that would be there to help you with the admission process and everything, so they know the most about that. So I'll pass on the mic to Honza Hučko, and we can start with the presentation.
Thank you very much. Hello again. My name is Jan Hučko. I'm on the picture still. I'm the head of the International Relations Office here at the Czech University of Life Sciences Prague, Faculty of Economics and Management. I will share with you a few slides about our faculty offered programs, study programs taught in English, and brief information. Our faculty is, as was mentioned, one of the biggest faculty in the Czech University of Life Sciences Prague. Currently, roughly about 9,000 students, out of which about 2,000 students are studying in study programs fully taught in English. Those study programs, as you can see, are in certain specializations, starting economics, management, informatics, business administration, diplomacy, and system engineering informatics. As you can see, and as you can easily find on the websites of the faculty, there are 3 study programs on the bachelor level: business administration, economics and management, informatics. On the right side, you can see approximate prices. Approximate means because the prices are in Czech currency, but for you, for your orientation, easily these are the prices in euros. The similar programs are offered on the master study program. There are 5 study programs taught in English: business administration, economics and management master program. This is the oldest actually program offered on our faculty. It's running more than 23 years already. Informatics, European Agrarian Diplomacy, Global Information Security Management. This is the newest program which was launched this year. And also we are offering 4 study programs on the PhD doctoral level, as you can see further. Another part of our office, we are also organizing preparatory courses which are on focus on the Czech language or on the focus on the English language, and similar there are the preparatory professional language courses which are leading to already connected to those programs which you saw on the previous slide, where the students are really in the class with the students in regular programs, and they can continue with them in the next year if they are successful. Then annual tuition fee there is about 3,300 euros on the bachelor and 4,450 on the master level in euros. Admission procedure, you can see it on the slide. There are different dates, but what is very important is to be on time, which this is what we are mentioning to all our students, to all our applicants, because the difficulty for those who are needing a visa to enter European Union, to enter Czech Republic, there is always a task of being on time, ready to study, to receive our information for your visa purposes. And you can see the deadlines. Those are the latest days that you can apply for those programs. You can find all those informations again on the website. And but really work on it as soon as possible. As soon as you are decided to study with us, contact our contact person who is always on each study program. There is a responsible person. If those people are not responding, you can always find my name, Jan Hučko, on the website, and I will try to help you. Then this would be probably it for the kind of an introduction of our study programs. What is also one of the benefits which are really liked by the students are the study blocks, which are kind of a short programs, usually 1 week into the part of your studies, which means each student who is studying with us will overtake during the semester 1 or 2 of those study blocks, which are offered by our faculty, and those are usually professors from all around the world, starting from United States to Asia, of course, many professors from European Union. This is one of the adventure which you will undertake when you will be studying with us in the study program. Then one of the benefits or one of the possibilities for you as a students, one of many, of course, there are many programs, exchange programs, starting with Erasmus, which is a European Union program, but of course, exchange program with many our partners outside the European Union, summer schools, but also, for example, the double degree programs, which is one of the possibilities where our students, our degree-seeking students, can take 1 year, for example, in France during their studies of a master program in Czech Republic, and they will, at the end, if they will be successfully passing all the exams, they will receive 2 diplomas, which mean 1 from Czech University of Life Sciences and 1 from the partner university, for example, in France or Germany. Okay, you can find more information through the QR or on visiting our website. Okay, this is it from my side, and I will be waiting for your questions. Thank you very much.
Perfect, thank you. And we will continue with the Faculty of Agrobiology, Food and Natural Resources.
So good afternoon, everybody. My name is Dagmar Bržová, and I work in the International Relations Office of the Faculty of Agrobiology, Food and Natural Resources. And I'm responsible for admissions into bachelor's and master's programs taught in English. First of all, just briefly to outline the specialization of our faculty. So we provide education and research in areas which are important for health and quality of life, not only of humans, but also of animals. So the focus areas are sustainable agriculture, food safety and security, human nutrition, natural resources, waste management, and also companion animals. In total, our faculty offers 16 study programs in English, 2 at a bachelor's level, 4 at a master's level, and 10 at a doctoral level. At the bachelor's level, you can see that there are 2 areas of focus. One of them is our agricultural and food sciences, and the other one is sustainability of natural resources. And you can continue in these 2 branches of study also at a master's level, where there are 2 programs focused on agricultural and food sciences and 2 programs focused on natural resources and environment. You can see that there are some double degree and joint degree programs that our faculty offers. And as my colleague already mentioned, the advantage of those joint degree and double degree programs is the study at 2 or more partner universities for the price of 1, and also when you successfully complete the study program, you obtain 2 degrees or a joint degree from 2 universities. So it's a very prestigious program to join. At doctoral level, you can see that the focus is even broader, and it includes plant sciences, animal sciences, zoology, agricultural chemistry, then again natural resources, and nutrition and food sciences. I'd like to talk a bit more in detail about a newly opened program at our faculty, which is Erasmus Mundus Danube Agri-Food Joint Masters Program. It's an exclusive joint degree program, scholarship program of the European Union, which provides high-level quality research-based education in areas such as sustainable agriculture, food production, and food technology in the Danube region. And it also uses this Danube region as a model region for all riparian regions of the world. There are 7 universities involved in this program, and the joint degree program works in such a way that students study in their first year either at Czech University of Life Sciences or at a Hungarian University of Life Sciences, and then in their second year they move to one of 5 universities, either to Austria, Slovakia, Serbia, Croatia or Romania, and at the end of this program they obtain a joint degree. There is quite a high demand for this program. We opened it last year, and out of over 500 applicants, we selected about 31. So every year we select 31 applicants, and this year we already have over 1,100 applications in the system. The deadline for submission of applications is end of January. So those of you who successfully go through the admission procedure and rank high, in the admissions process, that the most successful ones can basically be awarded a scholarship in the amount of 1,400 euro per month. It means that you are also not paying any scholarship, any tuition fee, because the tuition fee is paid directly by the European Union to our university. The second option, if you are a bit less successful, you can still be offered a tuition fee waiver. That means you wouldn't be paying any tuition fee, you would just be covering your living expenses and travel costs to get to the Czech Republic. And the third option, how you can join this program, is the self-payer option. That means you would be paying the tuition fee, like for any of our other bachelor's and master's programs which are taught in English, and you would be covering your expenses. You can find more information about this program on the program website, which is www.agrifoodmaster.eu. So it is open for EU students and also non-EU students, so please feel free to look at the information and apply. When you are studying at our faculty, then classes usually consist of lectures and also of practical trainings, and the practical trainings can take place in a number of facilities. Some of them include laboratories, which are equipped with state-of-the-art analytical equipment. We have, for example, nuclear magnetic resonance equipment, which helps us reveal the adulteration, for example, of cow milk, of goat milk, of various types of wines, etc. We also have equipment for photosynthesis investigation, and I have included a link to a video which you can have a look after the presentation, and it also maps out all of the top research equipment available at our faculty, which you can be using as part of your studies. You can also attend plant facilities during your practical trainings. They include experimental fields, greenhouses, and a dendrology park. There are also animal center facilities available on the campus, including a riding horse hall. And one of the newest buildings in our campus, which belong to our faculty, is the Food Processing Training Center, which was open in June of this year and is used heavily by students who are involved in food sciences and food safety and further research. The training center contains basically small-scale processing lines, small-scale processing technology lines for meat, milk, bakery products, fruit and vegetables. So as students you will be able to take part in practical trainings where you see how rolls are made, how bread is made, how milk and yogurt is made, or how sausages are processed and made. In terms of the admission procedure, for bachelor's and master's programs, the admission procedure is already open and the deadline for submitting applications is 31st of January 2023. The admission procedure consists of 2 phases. Once you submit your application, you will be invited to an entrance examination. Bachelor's programs have an examination in biology and chemistry. The date is already fixed, and then master's programs, they are invited to either face-to-face or online interview depending on your availability. With regards to the Erasmus Mundus program, the admission procedure is even a bit tougher. So we, in the first round, evaluate the submitted documents in your electronic application, and those students who score the highest are then invited to an interview. And then in the second step, we ask students to either provide us with a nostrification of their foreign education, or they participate in the evaluation of foreign education as part of admission procedure at CZU. I'm the main contact person for admissions into bachelor's and master's programs. If you're interested in applying for doctoral programs, then please contact my colleague, Mrs. Makovcová. The admission procedure is run in a similar way. Applications deadline is middle of March. And again, in the first step, there is either an admissions interview or applicants can submit 2 recommendation letters instead, and afterwards the foreign education needs to be evaluated and recognized as valid for the purposes of the Czech Republic. The international cooperation at our faculty is conducted at several levels. I already mentioned the double degree and joint degree programs in which our faculty is involved. They are with partner universities in Austria, for example, in Italy, and also in the Danube region. Our students can also take part in study stays abroad as part of the Erasmus program, where we have over 90 agreements with universities in the European Union, Turkey or Iceland. And the faculty is also quite heavily involved in a number of international research projects, one of them, for example, being the Metrofood project, which promotes scientific excellence in the field of food safety and quality at an EU level. So that's everything from me. Hope to be in touch with you, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask after the presentation. Thank you.
Okay, so now we will pass on the mic to the colleague that has joined us online, and she's gonna introduce us the Faculty of Environmental Sciences.
Hello everyone, I hope you can hear me fine. So let me introduce myself. I'm Jitka Rendlová. I'm admission coordinator for the International Relations Office at the Faculty of Environmental Sciences. Just a few facts about our faculty. We have about 3,000 students who are currently studying Czech programs or English programs. We have 6 departments and 9 laboratories and 8 profile teams. Something about, or the most important thing, programs that we offer. We offer at the faculty, we offer 2 bachelor programs, environmental engineering and environmental data science. The tuition fee, as you can see, is approximately 480 euros per academic year. And we have 4 master's programs, environmental geosciences, environmental modeling, landscape planning, and nature conservation, which cost approximately 800 euros per year. And we also offer 3 doctoral PhD programs, as you can see, but the admissions are organized by research, science and research department. Bachelor programs are for 3 years and master's programs are for 2 years. Our students, excellent students, participate in research groups and are involved in various research projects. Okay, so now some facts. So the most important things about admission process. All details you can find on our websites. You can enter them via this QR code, for example. But the period is already open, and the deadline for submitting the application is 19 January 23. It's the deadline for the first phase of admission, and then we generally open a second additional round. The deadlines are different for bachelor's and for master's programs. So follow our website, but we would like to pay your attention and focus mainly for the first phase of admissions. Just the basic requirements for entrance exams. For bachelor programs, exams consist of general academic prerequisites test, which is an online test, and it will be held on 4th February 23 for this first phase of admissions. And for master's programs, the entrance exams consist of evaluation of the required documents. You will see all the documents we require on our website. It's particularly your CV, your university diploma or certificate, then transcript of records, and the letter of motivation. And those who proceed to the second round of admissions, they have online or face-to-face interview to prove their ability to speak English. And we also focus on your study motivation and test your general knowledge on the field of the study. So these are the conditions of entrance exams we have. And our faculty is also involved in various international projects and cooperation. As most of the faculties, we take part in Erasmus program. We support international networking. Students are sent to study stays and internships. We also receive students from abroad. And we also use other funding schemes and support other mobilities through different programs like CPUS exchange program or Fulbright scholarship, Visegrad Fund, and many others. Here you can see some pictures of daily life of the faculty and from outdoors. And the last slide, if I can ask for. Here you can see the contacts and the team of international relations. The Vice Dean is Vice Dean for International Relations is Martin Hanel. And there you can see the list of my colleagues who are responsible for admissions for master's programs and bachelor programs. And also my colleague who is responsible for Erasmus internship, but you might contact her later if you decide to apply to our faculty and you are accepted. So that's all from my side. Thank you for your attention, and try to search as much as possible on our faculty websites. Thank you.
Forestry and Wood Sciences.
Hi, my name is Katerina and I work for Faculty of Forestry and Wood Sciences. That was quite an entree, and I will tell you a few things about international study programs at Faculty of Forestry and Wood Sciences. Okay, first of all, the overall focus about our faculty, it specializes at the programs focused on forestry, also silviculture, and some rational management of forest resources, and it includes also subsequent timber utilization as wood sciences and also as renewable sources of individual natural material. As you can see here on the slide, we have one bachelor program taught in English. It is called Forestry, specialized in forest ecosystems, protection and silviculture, and one master program which is follow-up, and it is called Forestry, Water and Landscape Management. On the right side of the slide, you can also see the annual fee in euros. So for the bachelor degree programs is 1,000 euros, and for the master's degree programs is 600 euros per academic year. Here in this slide, I also want to highlight that these two, the bachelor and master programs, are well established, but one master program, which is called Forest Sciences and Global Change, will be launched the next academic year, so the year 2023 to 2024, and it will be a very special master program, which includes, in that 2 years, it includes the obligatory mobility window, which will be conducted in a third semester of the master studies, and the student will be obliged to take 1 semester abroad in the universities that we have a cooperation with, and they will be able to choose a University of Brasov, and also University of Lleida in Spain, and the University of Wageningen in the Netherlands. And it will be all about choices about which particular focus of that program the students will want to dedicate their studies into. This master program will be safe payable, so the fee for that will be 4,000 euros per academic year, and yes, it includes the mobility window. And here on the doctoral level, we have 9 possible programs, which you can see over here, and the fee for the PhD degree programs is quite symbolic, and it is 200 euros per academic year for taught in English. And here you can see it contains global change forestry, fire protection of forests, timber and wood-based materials, applied geoinformatics and remote sensing in forestry, forest management, forest protection and game management, silviculture, economics and management of forestry and wood industry, forest biology, and wood processing and forest machinery. About the admission periods. For bachelor and master programs, students can apply since November the 11th of 2022 until the 21st of March the next year. And it consists for bachelor about the interview, the motivational interview, and also the interview about biology. And approximately it will take place between 5th up until 9th of June 2023. And then for the follow-up master programs, it is the interview also, and it's dedicated about forest ecology and also about maybe the previous research if the students are coming from another universities or faculties. And also it will take place the same time. About the doctoral study programs, the admission procedure is a little bit different because it will start in the 20th of March 2023. And it will be open up until more than June or July, because we have 2 rounds. And also the part of this admission procedure is again the interview, and also the interview about the motivation and the previous research work of the student on the master degree level. Also, as in the previous faculty, it also requires the, if students are coming from abroad, the international recognition, which is called internal evaluation, where your previous diploma documents are evaluated for the panelists. And then, if you are accepted by that, you can also start with the visa procedures if you are coming outside of the European Union. As my colleagues have already highlighted here before, I will also highlight it. In the doctoral part of it, it's necessary to be on time, really, because the visa procedures definitely take time, and it's really crucial to make it all on time to apply. And once you make your decision to be accepted, that you want to come here to Prague to study, and you can keep working on your visa, approvals of your visas, and so on. So you can see also for the PhD programs, all the dissertation possible topics are available on our website, that you have a link over here in Science and Research PhD Studies, and there is a exhaustive part of it that you can read or about possible topics. And to highlight international cooperations, we cooperate with more than 74 universities from 24 countries, and mostly they are focused on some projects that are focused on bark beetle calamity, which is a worldwide concern, and also those results are implemented worldwide. Just to give you some pictures about it, we can also here see, for example, on the left lower corner, you can see the drone that students are using in the field work. You can also see already owl, some ceremony, and also there is on the right upper corner, there's a new high-tech pavilion, which is a pretty new building, and it was built, I think, last year, and it contains very high-tech labs. Also, among others, you can visit virtual reality forest over there, or maybe try the shooting range, artificial virtual reality shooting range over there. And the last slide from ours, over here you can see contacts to my colleagues. For international relations of administration, it's my colleague Katerina Navratilova. She is in charge of incoming and outgoing not only Erasmus students, but also the normal daily studies students. So for here, definitely, or you can contact the Vice Dean for Education, Marketa Kalabova. You can see here. So that will be all from me.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
And we're going to move on to the Faculty of Engineering that I'm going to briefly introduce to you. Maybe surprisingly, engineering at the Czech University of Life Sciences, but a lot of the programs, as you can see, are connected to the life sciences itself as well. The Faculty of Engineering offers programs on the bachelor, master, and doctoral level. The specialization is on precision farming and the use of technology in the agricultural area, also renewable energy resources, and more. The admission period is similarly to the other faculties from November until March 2023. So you can still send your application. You will go through a test that can be held online. It's from mathematics and English for the master, also physics for the bachelor level, and as well as the other faculties. But it's important to mention the faculty is also cooperating with multiple universities abroad. So you can use the opportunity to travel abroad and work on some projects with other universities. And I will pass on the mic to the Faculty of Tropical Agri-Sciences.
Thank you, Karolina. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, dear applicants. My name is Jana Humlova. I'm working in the International Relations Office of the Faculty of Tropical Agri-Sciences. And I would like to briefly introduce you our faculty and tell you also some information about the admission requirements and admission procedures. In comparison with the Faculty of Economics and Management, we are the smallest faculty, the youngest faculty. There are approximately 600 students at all three levels of education, bachelor, master, and PhD programs. And on the other hand, the percentage of international students is reaching out to 80%, particularly in master programs. Thanks to this, we can offer to our students very friendly and multicultural environment. And thanks to our international cooperation, we have a lot of partners abroad and using support from different funds. As it was already mentioned by my colleagues, we are using funds for the from the grants of the Erasmus or other support to encourage our students to get some international experiences and pass some practical trainings abroad, or to also study abroad as a part of our master, bachelor, as well as PhD programs. As it's quite obvious from our name, we are focused on development, studies, research, agriculture and economics in tropical and subtropical regions. Therefore, all our programs are somehow connected with rural development and tropical and subtropical regions. You can see that there is one bachelor program for 3 years called International Cooperation in Agriculture and Rural Development. Then there are 5 master programs for 2 years, again somehow connected with rural development and agriculture, namely International Development and Agriculture Economics, Agri-Food Systems and Rural Development, Tropical Crop Management and Ecology, Tropical Forestry and Agroforestry, and Wildlife and Livestock Production, Management and Conservation. There is one program called Tropical Farming Systems, which is connected with a double degree program, which we managed quite newly with the University of Hohenheim in Germany. The tuition fee in this program is higher in comparison with, let's say, regular master programs. The tuition fee is approximately 3,000 euro. In a single degree program, the tuition fee is 240 euro per 1 academic year. There are 2 PhD programs for 240 euro per 1 academic year. The doctoral studies take 4 years, and there are 2 programs taught fully in English, called Sustainable Rural Development and Tropical Agriculture and Bioresource Management. The last program mentioned on this slide, Agriculture in Tropics and Subtropics, is a special program with individual approach to students. Students are applying to this program particularly when they are already employed and they need to finish their PhD education, so they don't have so much time to attend regular classes. So the approach of these students is very individual. Therefore, the tuition fee is comparing the regular ones higher. It's more than 3,000 euro per 1 academic year. As my colleagues already mentioned, we use several university facilities as well as faculty facilities for our students to let them practice what they learn during the lectures in some practical exercises. For these purposes, we are using our tropical and subtropical greenhouses. For students attending the program of wildlife and livestock production, they are passing their practical traineeships in a university farm at Lani, which is close to Prague, approximately 30 minutes. And of course, there are modern equipped laboratories used by both staff and students to do their research and to then produce and write their final thesis. As my colleagues already mentioned, the first period for application has been already launched. The deadline for applications is 8th January 2023, particularly for students from the third countries where the visa procedure takes time. Therefore, we strongly recommend to third country students, therefore students out of the Czech Republic and outside European Union, to apply in this first period to have enough time to proceed all the paperwork connected with the visa procedure. Then there is a second period starting in January and closing on the 31st of March. Each period is divided into 2 rounds. The first round is internal evaluation of the submitted documents and online tests. Online tests for applicants from the first period will take place on 13th January 2023. And after you successfully collect and successfully pass the first round, therefore you collect enough points, you will continue to the second round, which is interview. And according to your current stay, the interview might be in person or online. Documents required from master students are as follows. Therefore, study results from your previous studies, cover letter, your curriculum, and also annotation of your bachelor thesis. Documents required from bachelor applicants are slightly similar. Therefore, study results from your previous studies and your curriculum, also in English. The admission procedure for the next academic year, therefore 23-24, is running online. There is an online application where there is a fee for 30 euros. And you can find more detailed information about the admission procedure on our website or using these QR codes. The online application is available on this QR code. The admission procedure at the Faculty of Tropical Agri-Sciences is not managed by the International Relations Office, but there is the general email for admission _FTZ at ftz.czu.cz. You can contact them with any questions, but of course I can strongly recommend you to go through all detailed information which are available on the websites. And of course, do not hesitate to ask questions in the chat of our stream. Thank you for your attention.
Okay, thank you. Just a quick sum up from me. As some of the faculties mentioned, for some programs there's a scholarship offered by the faculty, but just in general, since the programs are already subsidized by the government, which makes the tuition fee affordable, there's not like a central offer for a full scholarship that you might be used to from different universities. And last point that I wanted to show you, if you do decide to come here to study at CZU Prague, I just wanted to show you one of things that could make your life easier here, which is our platform CZU Network. And it's a nice place where you can, in the beginning, you can talk to your classmates. You can use the platform to talk about different issues that you all might be facing in the beginning. You can also talk to the alumni of the university, ask them how they struggled and how they coped with the situation. So just like a nice thing that could help you in the beginnings as well. That'll be all from the presentation. And now I would like to turn to our students that we have here. I see a couple questions in the chat box online. We will get to them right away. But first, I would like to ask you maybe just briefly, we have 3 microphones that you can have as well. And just if you can just say which faculty you're from, where you're from maybe, what you're studying, and we then can share some experience with the audience.
Cool. Sorry. So my name is Tane. I'm actually from New Zealand. I am studying at the moment Economics and Management Bachelor's degree first year in the Faculty of Economics and Management.
So hello everyone, my name is Michaela Porazíková and I'm past student of Bachelor Environmental Engineering and current student of 2 masters. One is Environmental Modeling and the other one is Nature Conservation. I also work as an ambassador for our faculty, and if you would have any problems during your future study or would like to ask any question regarding how to come to our country, what to do, then you can contact us through the email, which we also have our page. It's called Ambassadors, fzp.czu.
Hello, my name is Catherine Portway, and I'm a student of the bachelor's program Food and Agriculture, which is taught at the Faculty of Agrobiology, Food and Natural Resources. And I also have a part-time job in the mentioned new building of the Food Pavilion.
Hello everyone, my name is Suleima Hassan. I'm from Syria. I'm doing master degrees in European diplomacy, European agrarian diplomacy. I'm finishing my first year.
All right, and my name is Daniel, coming from the U.S. and studying my master's at the PEF faculty, or the Business Administration program.
Perfect, thank you. Maybe just an open question. Any one of you can take the mic. Not all of you have to, but just maybe why did you choose CZU? Why? You can also open it more to why Prague, why Czech Republic, but why CZU?
Well, at least for me, the thing is why I decided to study in English was that, at least for myself, I think that having a specialized English is really important if you want to get a job. Because many people can say, yeah, I can speak English, but actually only a few percentage is able to have this specialized English in the current field. It doesn't matter which field you actually want to decide. But that's the thing which CZU is providing to us. We have many faculties, and every faculty has its own English program.
Good point.
I'd like to add a little bit, I guess. I guess for me, one of the main reasons why I decided to come to CZU is, as we saw in the presentation today, the subsidized tuition fees for English courses in the Czech Republic. I believe it's definitely the cheapest, or one of the cheapest. A lot of other universities, it's not as affordable to come and study in English. That's why I definitely decided to come here. One of the reasons.
Thank you. Anyone else want to add something?
Yeah, I could jump in. For me, I'm kind of in a unique situation. I came through one of these summer school programs. They have partnerships with many different universities and colleges around the world. So I came partly with my college in Florida, came here for the summertime and got to see all that CZU has to offer. The campus is wide open. It's the mini city, I like to call it. So there was just so much that brought me here to campus. The environment was great, the people were great, and I got the first-hand experience before I came, so I was kind of lucky on that dynamic. And then, of course, the price point as an American was a huge factor as well. So I'd say there were a multitude of benefits, but coming here and seeing all that they had to offer and actually going to some of the sample classes that they had to offer really drew me in and solidified my decision.
Okay. Maybe let's move on. Now we said what are the good things, but I wouldn't be scared to maybe face some challenges that you had in the beginning, because I'm sure students that are watching us might have a lot of doubts in their head, but as you see, we can overcome them and come here. Maybe let's talk about them. What were some of the challenges and how did you deal with them coming to Czech Republic, coming to a new place, or were there any? Was it smooth, the transition?
I can say a small thing. In the beginning, I was not regular student. I faced some, but not that much, to be honest. After that, when I became like now regular, not exchanged, everything changed. Life with the program, with the emails, like the administration in the faculty that they are sending us. Maybe more now. I became more adapted with the whole university atmosphere or style. for me now it's much easier. I feel like I belong.
Okay, perfect.
I think I can speak on the international students at least. Something that maybe can be a little scary or can hold you back a little bit is definitely getting the visa. Not being an EU citizen can sometimes be a bit of a challenge to get the visa. And so for that reason, I would recommend to get onto it as soon as possible and be very, very accurate in terms of all the documents that you have to get organized and send to the Czech embassy in whatever country you're coming from. Don't forget to sign any forms, otherwise you may be waiting for a few more months than expected, and that can definitely set you back a little bit. But yeah, the visa thing, I think most of us understand, can be a challenge.
I think that as for everyone, when you want to start some new chapter in your life, that it's gonna be difficult for you in the first time, which is actually why our faculty has ambassadors, who are nearly all of those are international students who actually already went through this procedure and are able to help other new students. Some can even be from the same country, so it's even better for those students because they actually can just write to them, to those ambassadors, and ask, well, I want to study this program, and I've seen on this page that you actually study this program. Can you tell me more about it, or how was it the first time? Is there something I can prepare more for? Which is actually why I think this is really important to at least have this person who can help you to make it smoother.
I personally would add, I come from Prague and I'm Czech, so I never experienced any issue when starting here. But maybe on behalf of other international students I have come in touch with, then there are many students from totally different backgrounds. It could be Africa, Asia, Latin America, and it can be so much different how it works in their country and how it works in the Czech Republic. And usually, at least at my faculty, I would say, for example, the International Relations Office is very welcoming and tries to help, even on things like accommodation or maybe bank, how to get a Czech bank account. Czech number, and also the students there, you have, as mentioned here, maybe you meet someone from your own country even, and there can be a community which then will help you to get all the things done.
Okay, you kind of helped me with how you handled the question. I was gonna also say, we mentioned maybe start with the visa on time. Get in touch with a student ambassador if there is one at the faculty. Maybe what would be some other advice, tips from you? Granted, okay, maybe the students now are like, yes, I want to come to CZU. What would be your advice? Maybe something that they shouldn't forget before coming here, or just a small tip as you reflect back on your starts here, what student club to join to make the most out of your experience, or what not to forget to bring. Maybe our winter can surprise someone coming from warmer regions, or what would be maybe some tips from you that you would tell the future students?
I would say don't be afraid to get involved and be active in many different respects. I think it's good to be a self-starter. You need to be independent. I think there's plenty of different resources available at each and every faculty. There's plenty available to everybody out there, but you need to be independent and actively pursue those things. They're not typically put into your lap. So I think that's one piece of advice is to be independent and seek out those opportunities, because there's a plethora of them available.
Yeah, I would add to that. I agree very much with Daniel that you need to be almost proactive as well. It's not that you'll have people knocking on your door or sending you emails about everything that's going on at the university. I mean, it's almost the end of the first semester now, and I'm only just finding out about a few things at this presentation, which is great. And that's probably down to myself not being proactive. So definitely try to talk to people, try to go onto all the different websites and read all the emails you get and try to find as much stuff as you can, because there's lots of great opportunities to participate in things which are fun for you, or scholarship opportunities or traveling opportunities or anything.
Okay. Okay, maybe we can look at some of the questions that we had from the audience online. I just want to mention Adarsh that is saying, you're right, bro, getting a visa is challenging. So I think you're already in the process, so good luck. But we have a couple of questions for the Faculty of Economics and Management. One is from Ulvi, thanking us for the opportunity to know the university well. First question is it possible to apply to 2 programs and then decide? So maybe we'll continue.
Hello, yes, this is a good question. Of course, it's possible for you to apply for as many programs as you wish, which means it's not even limitation on our faculty, on other faculties, even other universities, which means there are no limits on it. You have to, of course, pay each payment for the application, which is just a small payment in roughly 700 crowns, which is a bit more than 25 euros, not much. And when you apply, then of course you will be asked to proceed through the application procedure, which is sometime it is interview, sometime it is written test. It depends on each program. The information is given on the website for each program individually, and still in that part you can proceed both and finally you can decide for which program you will go on, and of course after that you will when you will be accepted, you will decide and you will do the payment for that particular program, and after that you will receive all your documents for your visa application and you will go through it. Of course, even there is a possibility once you will be already student to CZU, you are not tied to any program. You will be a student to one program. You can, for example, change to a different program, but you will need to again, maybe during the first year, pass the entrance examinations, apply to a different program. It's not possible to change program to program while studying already. But you can start with another program in a different year if you will decide for that.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. The second question from Ulvi, I think, is pretty specific. So maybe with that, I would ask you to maybe contact the International Relations Office, because he's asking about scholarship, getting the Visegrad EU scholarship, and some, I think, time lab that the results of the scholarship might be in May, so maybe having issues with the time frame of the admission procedure, but maybe that's pretty specific, and I'm sure you can sort it out case
exactly
by case.
This is no issue. We do have students on the Visegrad scholarship, similar like we have students on the Czech governmental scholarship. All is possible and we can work it out, which I would recommend you definitely to contact us personally.
Mm-hmm. Perfect. We have a question from Kofi asking if you have to authenticate certificate before applying, or it could be after I get admission. I believe you mean the previous education. So I believe the process is the same for all the faculties. So anyone of you, do you want to
I can
take
start.
the question?
My colleagues can add up on it. I think it's all the same. You have to have recognized your previous education, which means previous level of education. Once you are applying for the bachelor level, you have to have recognized the high school. If you are applying for master, you have to have recognized the bachelor. Same for PhD, you have to have recognized the master studies from another country. Those processes are now a little easier. In the past years, we make it simpler for you. But anyway, still it takes a time. You will work on it. But you, of course, can apply. You can pass the entrance examination. You can be accepted into the program even without having it. For example, at our faculty, I think it's very similar to other faculties, but you cannot start studying a regular program without having this certificate recognized, which means once you will be already willing to start in the next academic year, your documents have to be recognized through or notification or internal evaluation. If I'm right, or you can add up something. Or from our students also, they can tell us something about this process. It takes a time.
Yeah, I think there's two different ways mainly, right? We have the legal way through the Czech government, which takes a little longer and I think is a little more expensive, which you then can use for any university application, or you can do an internal nostrification through specifically the Czech University of Life Sciences, which, if approved, will be legitimate or acceptable for the Czech University of Life Sciences, but not for other universities.
That's right. Perfect.
That's exactly correct. And it's the internal evaluation not only for CZU, but it's only for one application, which means once you're applying for next academic year, this will be one application to one faculty. You have to do this internal evaluation. If you will be not successful and you will be applying next year, you will have to do the internal evaluation next year. But the truth is that it's a little easier and it's also cheaper.
Perfect. We will move on to a question from Ruth. That'll be to Dada. I want to study Masters in Animal Production. SAP is the shortcut. But my bachelor's is in communication. I have a background in agriculture science in the senior high school. Do I qualify to apply for the program? Maybe tough question, but maybe generally, can you comment on?
I think we don't offer specifically a program with this title at our faculty, but you can probably study anything really, either food or science related at a master's level, or natural resources related. Yeah, and part of the animal sciences are also included in the program Sustainable Agriculture and Food Security. So, and to apply for this program, there is an interview held in English, which basically tests your English level, and it also tests your understanding of the subjects or general prerequisites really for the program. Yeah, so there is probably some level of biology and chemistry expected, but I think you can still give it a go. Yeah, it's definitely not forbidden to apply for the program. So I'm not sure if hopefully that gives you a better idea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, we have two questions regarding studying and working. One is it possible to study master in BEF and also work in part-time job? Are the lesson schedule flexible? And then do the university have on-campus part-time jobs for students or master programs? So I will pass on the mic to my colleagues from PEF for the first part, maybe just for the second part on the on-campus part-time jobs for students. I would say kind of what we mentioned before, if you are active, if you get involved in, for example, student organizations, and you get involved into what's going on at the university for multiple different events, stuff like that, you can definitely get involved and get a part-time job at the university as well. But maybe specifically for Bev, yeah, if you wanted to reply.
For me, it's not easy. Since the beginning, it's not easy. But because to be a full-time student, like doing the master, you have really to give effort. You have to really focus you have to read and study and to be committed to many lectures, assignments, tests, and following the exam. I'm not saying it's difficult from the faculty side, but also it's very wide topic because really you give all yourself to this. But you adapt, you try from every day with a routine to manage as much as you can. Sometimes I reduce my work time to give more for the faculty. Sometimes like all this week, I'm just in the faculty, I'm not working. So I'm working part-time job, let's say it's just for teaching little students Arabic. So I find something suits my time. So it's resilience a little bit, which is good till now, but it wasn't easy in the beginning. But I can find myself now much with it, and I'm happy. Yeah, because I'm also making more and more steps with my study. That makes me satisfied. I'm succeeding. I'm doing what I have to do. Tired from time to time, but I think this is how we get the prize for our choice. That's it.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd say for the master's level, if you're going for the master's level, it's definitely different because I went to school in the States for my bachelor's, and I worked full-time, and I took night classes. So the scheduling's not quite as flexible. You can't just choose, I'm going to do classes at 9 and then 2 and this day and that day. So it's not as flexible. And then keep in mind that it is also a master's program, so you're expected to be more of a full-time student. You're taking it more serious. It's a higher level of education. So you can certainly do it. It's achievable. I did it during the studies, and I have many of my friends and colleagues doing it as well. But it's a challenge, much like everything else. So it's definitely possible, but I wouldn't strain yourself to get a job and try and work that into your schedule more so than focusing on your studies, because that's what you're coming here for, right? So I've seen it burn out some of my friends where they're just burning the candle on both ends, as we call it. So I definitely recommend finding something that suits your schedule, but yeah, stay focused with the studies because the master's can be a little more intensive than the bachelor's.
Glad we have such good students here that want to focus on the studies. Okay, I'll see if we have something more. What is the minimum grade point average for economics?
For admission, there is no GPA's minimum set, but of course, as a prerequisites. But of course, you have to fulfill the minimums of knowledge which you will prove during your interview or during your tests. But no minimum GPA set.
Great, thank you. We have a question. Do I need to sit for an entrance exam interview? I'm applying for a bachelor's degree in the environmental field. Do we still have Vietka online? Or I don't remember all of it on top of my head, but okay. Your microphone is muted.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Can you repeat the question, please? Because
if the entrance for bachelor's degree in environmental field, so I guess any bachelor degree, do the student has to sit for an entrance interview here? Or is it online? I guess that's the question.
No, for bachelor. Yeah, for bachelor program, the only requirement is a general academic prerequisites test, which is online, so there is no interview. Just this simple, or let's say simple step.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
We have a question. If I get there on second semester, when do I need to repeat my first semester? Maybe we could just comment on the flexibility of what happens if the visa doesn't come on time. Is there any way to start for the second semester at your faculties generally, or no?
Yes, at the Faculty of Agrobiology, Food and Natural Resources, this is unfortunately not possible. So we are expecting all of our...
for the start of the semester.
Exactly, we're expecting all of our students to be to arrive in person for the enrollment, and the latest date when you can be enrolled to study is end of October.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I just want to add that at the Faculty of Tropical Agri-Sciences, thanks to our quite long experiences with international students, we are more flexible in this. And in master programs, our classes are scheduled in blocks, in periods. Therefore, each semester is divided into 2 periods. Therefore, if student comes in, let's say, in November, that means that he just missed the first period, the first block of courses, and therefore he just missed only 2 or 3 classes, which is quite easy to then finish in the second year, because you don't have to repeat the whole semester, but only the first block. Mm-hmm. Moreover, we can recommend our students to go abroad for Erasmus study exchange, where they can study some courses which can be then, they must study courses which are then recognized by our management. Therefore, they can also study these courses which they missed due to the later visa issue. They can study those courses abroad and they will be recognized. Therefore, they don't have to repeat the first block again.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
And on the Faculty of Forestry and Food Sciences, also on the master level is not as flexible as, for example, at Faculty of Tropical Agri-Sciences. However, on the doctoral level, it's pretty usual that the students, especially from outside the EU, come, for example, in February instead of in October. And the latest possible date for enrollment is the end of February the following year. So in this case, there is some sort of flexibility on the PhD level, however, not on the master, because you are expected to be present also since October.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Maybe on the side of Faculty of Economics and Management, this is also not a regular procedure to start from the summer semester. Nevertheless, thanks to COVID and thanks to all the problems with the visa procedures, we are trying to facilitate and to help the students arriving later during the year, which means if they arrive and miss all the first semester, we are trying to place those students into the classes and to start actually from the second semester, even though it's a big complication, which I wouldn't bet on that. Anyway, as you are applying right now, which is a good time to decide for your future studies, and as it was mentioned many times already here, if you work on it on time, you have a high chance to be here on time.
Maybe since you have the microphone, we have another question from Ulvi, and I know he was previously asking about Faculty of Economics and Management, so I assume that's where your question is heading to. Is it possible to contact with the coordinator and get pre-acceptance letter to apply for scholarships? Scholarships deadlines are before the entrance exam of faculty.
Yes, of course, this is possible.
Perfect. And we have another question from Coffee. I read on the website that Agri-Food Rural Development has a tuition fee of 235 euros for the first 20 students. Please elaborate on this for me. Thank you. Agri-Food Rural Development.
Agri-Food Systems and Rural Development.
I think so. For the, yeah. And
Agri-Food Systems and Rural Development.
Yes, I think that's what it is. And it says that it's 235 euros for the first 20 students. Is that
because it's the maximum capacity of the program. I mentioned at the beginning that you are the smallest faculty, therefore the capacity of each program is 20 students. There are 5 or 6 programs, each for 20 or maximum 30 students, depending on the program. Therefore, this is the tuition fee.
Okay, I think because you said first 20 students, so maybe there was a misunderstanding that first 20 students have it cheaper and then it's something different. So no, it's only 20 students and that's the maximum capacity. Okay. Okay, so I believe these are all the questions that we have from the audience. So unless there is more questions, of course, if you have any more questions coming up, you can contact us on our email or even here if you comment or on the social media, we will definitely get to you somehow. So thank you so much for joining us today and opening up your faculties to future, hopefully, potential students. And definitely we will be back. If you have more questions, let us know, and we will look forward to seeing you in Prague.